My name's Andre Polito. I'm 41 years old, but I almost lost my life when I was 33 years old. I was on drugs and I was stealing copper, so I got electrocuted. This was at the Hard Rock Cafe. I was there by myself, trying to make a quick buck to feed my drug habit, and I was cutting the copper wires with bolt cutters, and on the third wire I was cutting, I just remember cutting it and I got glued to the electricity and I couldn't let go. My whole life started flashing before my eyes. My daughter was running around in my head, my family, my wife, and I thought I was gonna die because pretty soon I couldn't feel any pain. So at that moment I cried out to the Lord and I just asked God, Lord, please, Lord, don't let me go like this, Father, please. And all of a sudden the transformer machine that I was in cutting copper, it blew up, but I was free from the electrocution, so I was scared. I ran into the street. I started screaming, somebody help me, please help me, call 911. And I just remember the ambulance coming, the firefighters coming, and I just asked them to call my family because I wanted to see them one last time. So they brought me to Straub. They put me under a medically induced coma for about 3 weeks. So I don't remember any of that. I just remember waking up out of the ICU when they woke me up, and I just remember him saving my life. So after that, I thought to myself, I was done with all these drugs and I just wanted to change my life. I was just happy I was given a second chance at life.
Powerful, man. So after the recovery, like what happened next? Your time with Straub and in general.
After the ICU, it was pretty rough because in the ICU you're under so much medication you can't really feel anything or know what's going on. But when I woke up, like both my arms were all bandaged and I didn't even know how my face looked, and just my attitude itself for the staff and the unit was really bad. And I remember one of the nurses telling me, he said, bro, you even know how you look like or what? And I said, no. So he put a mirror in front of my face and I could see the extent of my burns. And he said, all we're trying to do here is to help you to get better so you can get back to your life, So that kind of made me change my whole mentality on everything, on the nursing, the physical therapy that comes up, occupational therapy. It helped me to really have a greater appreciation for all of them. And they treated me really well. The burn unit at Straub, when I was here, I felt nothing but love from them. Sometimes I felt like they was trying to torture me, like in the shower room and stuff, but they was just trying to help me and get me to get back to 100% as much as possible.
Oh, that's awesome. So I'm aware that you volunteer now at Straub. So how did you come from full circle from not liking these guys because they're all messing with you and torturing in the shower and all that, to now volunteering your time here, and how has that been helpful for you? And like you said, this turnaround of your life, and
mainly because I've been on drugs so long. Before I was released from the hospital, a big concern the doctor had here was me going back into drugs. So he pretty much wanted me to get off all the painkillers and stuff. So I did that. But pretty much I surrendered my life and my whole life to God. I gave my life up and just surrendered it to Him. And I started listening to the therapy downstairs. What one of my therapists had told me, she said, it's up to you on your recovery. Either you use it or you lose it. So she said, it ain't gonna affect me whatsoever, but how it affects you is up to you. So from that point on, I decided to give it 100%. But doing that, I found it really hard mentally. I didn't have nobody to talk to really. Nobody would understand where I was coming from. So that's how I give back, is I try to, I remember being in the hospital was really hard for myself, and I wish I had somebody there to talk to me who'd been through the same situation. So because I have been through that situation, I wanted to give back as much as possible to other victims that are burned.
How's that been going? How's it feel being able to do that?
It's been great, actually. I've talked to numerous people. I ran into people outside of the hospital who remember me talking to them, and they just said the words you've given me and helped me have been so instrumental in my life. So it not only helps the patient, but it helps, I believe, us as victims giving back as well,
Right.
in us growing, because before it was a scary subject to talk about, especially how I got burned,
Right.
because of the shameful things that I was doing, that it actually feels good to go out and to help others out. So definitely blessed to do that.
Oh, wonderful. Do you have any messages or anything you'd like to tell the folks that are participating in this fundraiser or just involved in general, in the Sons of the Flag and the Straub Burn Center folks?
Definitely, this is a new program, and we're just looking out to reach out on awareness, to bring this awareness to people. There's accidents that happen every day, but until it happens to you and your family, it's really hard to describe. But being burned to me is one of the worst things that can happen. So we need everybody's support. We need the whole community, and because this affects us all. Just the other day in the news, they had a big tragic accident that brought me to tears. The police officer's wife and the baby just passed away in a fire, and this requires everybody's attention, and we gotta support. We only have one facility in Hawaii. That's the facility here at Straub, so we really need to support these guys.
All right, I think that's good.
Okay.
Was there anything else that you wanted to add?
Definitely, I don't know if I did this yet, but I just wanted to thank all the first responders, the firefighters that came out, the ambulance, emergency medical people who came out, and just everybody who helps out as a team, the medical, the hospitals, the ICU, to the burns patients, and even to everybody out there supporting this fundraiser. I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.